corresponding digit of pi. The first word has 3 letters, the second one has 1 letter, and the third has 4 letters, and so on. This language is more popular than you might think. Software engineer Michael Keith wrote an entire book called Not Awake in this language. Fact number 9. Pi wasn't always known as pi. Before the 1700s, people referred to the number we now know as pi as the quantity which, when the diameter is multiplied by it, yields the circumference. Quite a mouthful. Not surprisingly, people got tired of saying so much whenever they wanted to talk about pi. The Welsh mathematician William Jones, a friend of Sir Isaac Newton, began using the symbol for pi in 1706. Fact number 10. We will never be able to find all the digits of pi because of its very definition as an irrational number. The Babylonian civilization used the fraction 3 and 1/8. The Chinese used the integer 3. I haven't taken math classes in almost 5 or 6 years, so apologies with the stuttering. I'm not apologizing. Math is the worst thing. I'm so bad at math. Anyways, by 1665, Isaac Newton calculated pi to 16 decimal places. Computers hadn't been invented yet, so this was a pretty big deal. In the early 1700s, Thomas Lagney calculated 127 decimal places of pi, reaching a new record. In the second half of the 20th century, the number of digits of pi increased from about 2,000 to 500,000 on the CDC 6,600. One of the first computers ever made. This record was broken again in 2017 when a Swiss scientist computed. My brain, it's just don't beep beep boop boops are happening up there. I'm so embarrassed. Computed more than 22 trillion digits of pi. The calculation took over 100 days. I hope you understood what that meant. was a math professor in the legislature who showed the fellow how his proposed bill would result in a wrong value of pi. Fact number 18. Number 18. The number pi is literally infinitely long, but the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doesn't appear anywhere in the first million digits of pi. It is a bit shocking because if a million digits of pi don't have the sequence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it definitely is the most unique number. Fact number 19. Chinese people were far ahead of the West in finding the digits of pi. Why? Chinese mathematicians were ahead in pi in the pi games because of two reasons. They had decimal notations and they had a symbol for the number 0. It wasn't until the late Middle Ages that European mathematicians started using the number 0. At that time, European mathematicians partnered with Arab and India minds to bring the symbol of 0 into their system. Fact number 20. In ancient times, mathematicians used a unique method to calculate pi. They would add more and more sides to a polygon so that its area approached the area of a circle. Archimedes, the most famous Greek mathematician and inventor, used a polygon with 96 sides. Many other mathematicians also use this polygon method to compute the infinitely long number of pi. In China, a mathematician used over 3,000 sides in a polygon to arrive at the value of 3.14159. Another mathematician used about 25,000 sides to calculate pi. 21. Many mathematicians believe that it is more accurate to say that a circle has infinite corners than it is to say that it has none. It is only reasonable to assume that the infinite number of corners in a circle correlates to the infinite number of digits of pi. 22. The number pi is very effective when used in calculations. For instance, rounding the number of pi to just 9 digits after the decimal and use it to calculate Earth's circumference yield incredibly accurate results. For every 25,000 miles, the number of pi will only err to 1/4 of an inch. Okay. 23. Even today, people are racing to calculate more digits of pi in a never-ending competition. In the year 2010, a Japanese engineer and an American computer wizard broke the record for the most numbers of pi digits by calculating up to 5 trillion digits of pi. The amazing part is that they didn't use any supercomputers, they just used desktop computers, 20 external hard drives, and their brilliant minds. That's dope. 24. The Greek letter pi is the first letter of the word periphery and perimeter, and as well as known, pi is the ratio of a circle's periphery to its diameter. 25. Interestingly, some of the most famous scientists in the world have a connection to Pi Day. Albert Einstein was born on March 14th in 1879, and Stephen Hawking died on March 15th in 2018 at the age of 76. I'm just gonna have a little juice because my throat is sore from nearly choking on juice. cheese and honey pie. I'm not mad about that. Sounds good. 31. There's no doubt that the pumpkin pie is a staple dish for Thanksgiving. In fact, it was first introduced to the American holiday table at the Pilgrims' second Thanksgiving in 1623. 32. In as early as 12th century England, pies made their debut, and there was usually more crust than filling. Because the pies were often made using fowl, their legs were left to hang over the side of the dish and were used as handles. And were used as handles. 33. Apple pie is the most popular in the United States, followed by pumpkin, then chocolate, then lemon meringue, and then finally cherry. I'm gonna be honest, I don't love a cherry pie, and it's just because I don't love the cooked skin of a cherry. I also, I don't love a Saskatoon berry pie for similar reasons. If you know what a Saskatoon berry is, you also know that there's like pointy things at the top of it. Yeah, for some reason blueberries are better. I don't know, maybe the Saskatoon berry pie that I had was like a faulty one because I only tried it once and I didn't enjoy it, so I don't eat it anymore. It had little to do with the taste and a lot to do with the fact that it was pointy, so yeah. 34. Pies are comforting. At least that's what 47% of Americans think. A survey found that people associate the word comforting when they think of pies. 35. The world's most expensive pie is worth $9,500. It's made at Lord Dudley Hotel in Sydney. Prime ingredients include 2 cuts of premium beef, 2 whole lobsters, 2 whole rock lobsters, rare winter black truffles, 2 bottles of Penfolds Grange Reserve,